times improving and standing, and Grosjean has gone off track, I think, on this lap at turn 4. So whatever he does here, it won't count, and that could be really, really critical in this last run.
Yeah, we'll see what he whether that remains the same as he comes out of the final corner. Kevin Magnussen at the end of Q1, all trying to get through into the second part of qualifying. Magnussen jumps up into 6th position there, so, and Grosjean up into 5th. We've still got time, but I wonder if that's going to force out a Leclerc and a Hamilton and the like.
Albon's still in the garage. He's just been split by the two drivers in 6th place. But it shows the track evolution is very, very high. Vettel leaves the pits only now from 10th place. Ricciardo is still sitting in there in 8th, but he's going to have to go again, surely.
Yeah. We've still got 3 minutes left on the clock, but you need to be going with 2 minutes at the sort of absolute latest, really. Ideally, 2.5 is when we'll start to see them leave the pit lane. All of the midfield runners are going now. Sound you can hear is Nico Hülkenberg, who's done a personal best in the first sector, 7 tenths down on Max Verstappen. We'll get his middle sector split compared to 15th place Russell in a moment, and he's 6 tenths away, so I don't think Hülkenberg's going to get out of Q1 here. It was always going to be a tough ask, and he's putting in a valiant effort, Hülkenberg, but I don't think it's quite going to be enough. Through the chicane at 13 and 14, out through the final corner and across the line. Oh. Through the
time for another run, but Hülkenberg will also have time for another run. So Racing Point have given him a chance. They've given him 2 sets of 2 laps, basically. And Hülkenberg had a bit of a lock-up at turn 6 on that lap. He looked a bit under the limit, to be honest, at turn 10 and 11, where he's obviously just not up to speed, very understandably, but just looked slightly passive through those faster corners compared to everyone that's fully up to speed. And he's got 1 more lap to find a chunk, but Russell just leaving the pits. Perez right now is in the drop zone, his teammate in 16th, but also just leaving the pits. So Hülkenberg can improve, but so can everyone else, and they probably will have to.
Is Leclerc under any pressure here? Verstappen, Bottas, Hamilton and Leclerc have all remained in the pit lane. Everybody else out on track. He's only he's 4 tenths clear of Magnussen.
I think he'd be okay. Albon's had to go again as a safety measure in the other Red Bull, and that was probably as a response to Grosjean going quicker than him, albeit before his lap time got deleted, and Gasly's gone quicker than Albon as well. Leclerc is still 2 tenths quicker than Gasly, who's had a new set of soft tyres on, so I think Leclerc should be fine there. They've had a dummy run, basically, of the 2 Haas drivers and Gasly going early, and Kvyat not gone ahead of even Magnussen. Kvyat's in trouble.
Yeah, that's very true. 54 seconds left on the clock. Sound you hear now is Lando Norris coming down the back straight, 4 tenths slower than Verstappen after the first 2 sectors. You can hear the car scraping along the floor before he gets onto the brakes into 13 and 14. Then on the power, up towards the final corner at turn 15. Everyone improving out there, apart from Kevin Magnussen. Norris goes up into 4th place in the McLaren, half a second adrift of Verstappen. Then Esteban Ocon comes across the line to go 7th, slower than Gasly. Russell, Perez, Raikkonen, Hülkenberg and Giovinazzi are the drivers eliminated at the moment. Sainz goes up into 11th spot.
Not a lot for Sainz. That's really left him in a dangerous position here, behind Daniel Kvyat, way behind Kevin Magnussen. A couple of drivers behind Magnussen.
Russell goes up to is in 14th. Vettel at the moment is at risk in 15th position, although as I say that, he goes up into 8th spot. Here comes Antonio Giovinazzi, slowest currently, jumps up into 14th position. So Russell is not looking quick on his lap either. In fact, has he taken the checkered flag and finished his run? I think he might have done. Latifi's going to try and jump up the order. Sergio Perez goes up into 9th place. How far can Nicholas Latifi go? Russell is out of Q1, and Latifi's got a shot here at out-qualifying his teammate for the first time. Nico Hülkenberg. Goes up into 5th position, lock up for Hülkenberg, coming up into 13 and 14. 3/10 of a second slower than him. Through the final corner comes Nico Hülkenberg. Will he not be last on the grid? He will be last on the grid. 2/10 of a second away from Kimi Räikkönen, but 9/10 of his